Analyst says XRP will take the market by storm in February or March, and what's next for XRP? These questions and more news we will discuss in today's video. Welcome to CryptoWhale. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So if you are interested in everything around XRP, this is the place for you. Let's continue with that. The analyst says XRP will take the market by storm in February or March. Crypto commentator and developer Bird has published a tweet accompanied by a long-term chart of XRP market capitalization dominance, presenting what he views as a critical moment for the asset in the coming months. The image, taken from a monthly time frame, highlights prior periods in which XRP's share of the total cryptocurrency market rose sharply after extended consolidation phases. According to Bird, the current structure closely resembles those earlier conditions, leading him to suggest that XRP is right on track for a significant move during February or March. The chart highlights historical spikes in XRP dominance that followed prolonged lows. Bird's annotations draw attention to earlier cycles where dominance compressed near the bottom of its range before accelerating upward. In the most recent portion of the chart, XRP dominance appears to be stabilizing around similar levels, a detail Bird frames as technically meaningful rather than coincidental. His message positions the current market setup as one that warrants close attention rather than complacency. In his tweet, Bird urges followers to expect the unexpected, asserting that XRP is preparing to reclaim the market dominance that was taken from us through corruption. While the statement is forceful, it is presented as an opinion tied to his broader view of XRP's historical performance and perceived external pressures. The reference to corruption appears to allude to regulatory and market dynamics that, in his view, previously constrained XRP's position relative to other digital assets. Bird's framing does not include specific numeric targets in the tweet, but the attached chart suggests a potential move toward prior dominance highs. The visual projection on the chart implies a return to double-digit percentage dominance, with a highlighted path extending into 2026. His concluding remark, "Get ready," reinforces the sense that he sees the current period as a transition point rather than an end state. The comments under Bird's post illustrate a wide range of reactions within the XRP community. One commenter, identified as Firestorm, expressed skepticism, stating that if XRP returns to his original entry price, he plans to exit. He argued that even systemic use of XRP does not necessarily require a dramatic price increase and described earlier optimism as misplaced. Others were more supportive of Bird's outlook. Matthew Mark referenced the conclusion of the SEC case and upcoming lending features on the XRP Ledger expected in March, suggesting these developments could align with growing interest from exchange-traded products. From this perspective, regulatory clarity and network upgrades are viewed as potential contributors to improved market positioning. Additional comments focus directly on dominance metrics. XRP memes summarize the thesis with the phrase decouple and dominate, while another commenter suggested that a move toward 22% dominance would have severe implications for Bitcoin and other altcoins. Together, the responses underscore that Bird's post has resonated across both optimistic and critical segments of the community. Overall, Bird's tweet presents a clear expectation rather than a guaranteed outcome. By combining historical dominance patterns with current chart positioning, he argues that XRP may be approaching a decisive phase. The mixed reactions beneath the post highlight that while some see alignment with upcoming developments, others remain cautious about translating dominance shifts into lasting value. Let's also talk about that the $1.8 trillion institutional firepower could soon enter crypto, including XRP T. Rowe Price, a major asset management firm that oversees a massive $1.8 trillion in assets, previously filed for an active crypto ETF that could bring significant institutional capital into the cryptocurrency space. The filing includes XRP as one of the eligible assets, adding to a growing list of major cryptocurrencies set to gain more institutional attention. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is expected to make a decision on the matter by February 26th, which could have far-reaching effects on the market. According to the SEC filing shared by Xaif Crypto on X, T. Rowe Price has outlined a strategy to launch an ETF focused on digital assets that meet specific eligibility criteria. These criteria ensure that the assets are recognized as commodities and traded on approved platforms that provide the necessary regulatory oversight. Among the assets named are well-established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, which have gained considerable institutional interest. Additionally, assets such as Litecoin, Avalanche, Dogecoin, and others like Chainlink, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin Cash, HBR, and XLM make up a diversified collection of crypto assets eligible for institutional investment, with XRP also included in the mix. The inclusion of XRP in the proposed ETF further signals the growing interest in digital assets from institutional investors. Alongside major assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, the addition of XRP, along with other notable cryptocurrencies, highlights T. Rowe Price's belief in the future of the crypto market. The ETF could provide an attractive entry point for traditional investors looking to gain exposure to digital assets in a structured, regulated way. With $1.8 trillion in assets under management, T. Rowe Price's involvement in the crypto space could bring a massive wave of institutional capital into digital currencies, further legitimizing them in the eyes of traditional investors. The ETF's approval would likely spur similar initiatives by other financial institutions, accelerating the institutionalization of crypto assets. The decision by the SEC, expected by February 26, 2026, could set a significant precedent for future crypto-related financial products. If the ETF is approved, the market could witness a surge in institutional participation, which would increase liquidity, bolster market confidence, and potentially push prices higher. As the date approaches, the crypto community is on edge, awaiting a decision that could fundamentally alter the landscape of digital asset investments. The possible entry of $1.8 trillion into the market represents a pivotal moment for the industry, one that could see greater adoption of cryptocurrencies like XRP by institutional investors. And lastly, let's talk about the honest opinion on XRP price every holder should know. An honest view on the price of XRP and its near and long-term direction has emerged, aiming to address certain misconceptions among enthusiasts. The XRP price analysis comes at a time when the community has shown mixed sentiments amid predominant price weakness. XRP has capitulated from its bull market high of $3.66 in July 2025, joining a broader market trend. With the price still looking weak, some claim that XRP is dead, while others believe a shift is imminent that could take the coin to double or three-digit prices. Amid these two extreme narratives, market analysts are attempting to provide a realistic state of the current market and what to expect. Market analyst Zach Humphreys shared what he claimed was the real honest take on the current state of the market. He highlighted the two positions from extreme optimists and pessimists, highlighting what to expect now and what would drive the next XRP bull run. First, the analyst agrees that the current market is not looking great on higher timeframes. Notably, heavy red candles have dominated the scene since the market top last year, and he believes this is part of the corrective phase after a bull market. Regarding the catalyst for this downturn, Humphreys explained that XRP and the broader crypto market are not isolated from what is happening in the rest of the financial market. Government policies and other macroeconomic factors affect the crypto sector, and none of those have been positive in recent times. The Donald Trump tariff war, inflation fears, pessimism about interest rate cuts, and the expected change in the U.S. Federal Reserve Chair later this year have drawn skepticism from market participants, particularly toward risk assets such as XRP. So how do you think will XRP hit $2 in February? Disclaimer: this video does not force you to buy any cryptocurrency or invest in anything. With this, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let us know in the comments your views on the XRP, and make sure to turn on the post notifications to get notified every time we post a new video.